Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and where we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we got another episode and another rant. So before we go too far, make sure you guys go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell to be notified whenever we drop our content. Anyway, let me get into this topic here about this Ben Simmons. Now, listen. We all know the drama between Ben Simmons and the Philadelphia 76ers, right? This has made major headlines over the last few months, right? Ben Simmons has been one of the figures that's been the talk of the town with him, Kyrie Irving, and now recently with Scottie Pippen. Scottie Pippen has been a new thing in the sports world. But Ben Simmons, has had this issue with the Philadelphia 76ers, which seems like it's been going on forever now. Y'all also know exactly how I feel about Ben Simmons. I said it before and I'll say it again. This is something that usually annoys a lot of people, but I'm not, listen, I got to tell you the truth. I think Ben Simmons is one of the laziest players I have ever seen come through the NBA. Some people can say, but really, you think it's when you look at just the natural raw talent that Ben Simmons has, he's 6'10". He's extremely quick. He's fast. He's athletic. He can jump out of the gym. He has great, court vision. He has quick feet. He can play, tremendous defense. You look at all of these things, his God-given abilities. You say to yourself, you're like, is this guy maximizing his gifts? We've done numerous videos where I've given you guys a comparison. I said, we look at Ben Simmons and what he's been able to accomplish or the lack thereof in his career, where he's pretty much remained stagnant. And last year, his numbers in the regular season, he actually regressed. You look at him and you compare him or you contrast him with another player like Giannis Antetokounmpo. If you go and look at Giannis Antetokounmpo and the progression of his career, Giannis has gotten better every single year he's been in the NBA. And in the last 4 years, think about this. Giannis Antetokounmpo has won, 2 regular season MVPs, a Defensive Player of the Year, and an NBA championship. Plus, he's made all NBA teams in defensive. Giannis is somebody that came into the NBA and made the most of the opportunity that he had in front of him. And Ben Simmons, we're still waiting to see, when is this guy really going to take his game to the next level? So that's the reason why I said he's lazy, because I'm comparing him to other people that have been in his same position and looked at what they've done with it and looked at him and I'm just looking at the facts and looking at the stuff that he's done with the opportunity in front of him. He's been wasting everybody's time. Some people think it's too harsh, but that's exactly what I think. And I think one of the issues that we're having with Ben Simmons is that a lot of people out there, some guys out there, are babying him. They're babying him. No, it's the team. It's this guy's fault. No, don't say that about Ben. How could you? There's a lot of guys out there like this, which, some of us have just really, we've had enough. Now, last year, Ben Simmons went into the playoffs and stinked up the joint. For those of you guys who may be thinking I'm just sitting here spitting hyperbole, let me give you his stats last year in the playoffs. In 35 minutes, think about this, against Atlanta Hawks. Let me just go to that. He averaged 9.9 points per game, a whopping 9.9 points per game. He got you 6.3 rebounds, 8.6 assists. He shot 60% from the field, 0% from the three, 33% from the free throw line. And I think you guys remember in that last game, that was his Mona Lisa. He put up one of the worst performances you could ever see. And he basically passed up a wide open dunk or layup or whatever it is, passed it off. And then at the end of the game, he somehow found a way, after just going out there, stinking up the joint, Ben Simmons somehow found a way to turn himself into the victim. Think about that. He goes out there, he stinks up the joint. He then decides, you know what? It's not that I played bad, is what they said about me. And then all of a sudden now I'm the victim. To me, it's just unbelievable when you really sit back and think about it. Now, since the fallout between him and the Philadelphia 76ers, I just want to chronicle all the things that have happened since that game. What is it, game 6 or game 7, whatever it was, against Atlanta Hawks. Let's go through what has happened over the last few weeks and months. Since then, Ben Simmons basically decided to pout, got on a plane, went to LA. He was there posting pictures of his wonderful life and all of these different things. His team, they were trying to reconcile with him. His teammates even offered to jump on a plane and come see him to try to convince him to come back. Let me just be honest with you. If I was a Philadelphia 76er and I was like a Joel Embiid, I'm not going. I'm not going. I'm sorry, I'm not going. I'm not going. That would have been me. But anyway, nevertheless, they tried to do that. He told them, don't even waste your time. Stay back in, stay in Philly. Don't even waste your time. That was the first thing. Then Doc Rivers apparently had a chat with Rich Paul, who's Ben Simmons' agent and representative, in his home in LA. They got into a shouting match where Doc Rivers basically told him he should be fulfilling his contract. He signed a bleeping contract. There was that fallout. Then what happened? Ben Simmons and his genius representatives, you know what they decided to do? They were like, listen, we're going to do something groundbreaking here. We're going to do something that's going to shock the world. What are y'all going to do? We're going to get on a plane and show up to Philadelphia without letting anybody know. And guess what we're going to be able to accomplish with that, Ben? You don't know? What? Neither do I, but let's just do it anyway. They got on a plane, they went there. They just showed up to the Philadelphia 76ers facilities. Nobody knew. Then all of a sudden, their next great chess move was, you know what? We're going to show up to training camp, and you know what we're going to do? Nothing. We're going to show up to work. Some people said he reportedly had a phone in his pocket and all of these different things. We're going to start acting in a very belligerent manner, and then guess what we're going to do? Guess what we're going to do, Ben? We're going to get ourselves thrown out of practice, and guess what? Somehow, some way, they're going to say to themselves, you know what, man? I've had enough about this guy. We're going to trade him for 2 cents, for 20 cents on the dollar, and then we're going to get somebody else. That didn't work. They kicked him out of there. And they ignored him and kept going on. Then what else happened? Then apparently Ben Simmons and his teammates had a heart-to-heart where Joel Embiid came out and said, no, I think it was in the season opener, to the crowd, please, let's hug him. He'll hug her. He's gonna hug us fans. Let's all hug together. Let's huddle up. We love him. He loves you. We love each other. And then you know what? He's our brother. Then what happened next? Ben Simmons said he wasn't psychologically fit to play. Now, whether or not that's true or not, I don't know. But those are his words, and we're going to take his words for it. Then guess what he did? He said, you know what? The Philadelphia 76ers, offered to give him help. He stopped communicating with them, and ultimately, what the Philadelphia 76ers say, you know what, man? You playing with our emotions, and with our emotions, if you guys saw the movie Friday, emotions means you playing with my money. Philadelphia 76ers, they say, okay, you want to be smart? Let's be smart. We're going to keep finding you. And now they're back to finding him, right? And I'm sitting here wondering, what is Rich Paul and all these guys accomplishing, except for the fact now he's actually losing money again. But here's the worst part, or the best part, depending on how you want to look at it. As we currently speak, the Philadelphia 76ers, and I'm pulling it up right now, they have the best record. Think about this. They have the best record in the Eastern Conference as the number 1 seed. And they're doing this without who? Without Ben Simmons. So help me understand what's happening here, because this is what I think is happening. Now I think what's happening is he's really diminishing his value. Because I think probably what they were thinking was, okay, we're not going to show up, and then what's going to happen? They're going to start the season, and they're going to start floundering, and they're not going to play well. But now they're winning in spite of him. And now he's looking like as if he doesn't even matter. They don't miss him. So now, what have you accomplished? Let's just go through it. You didn't show up to work. You're ruining your reputation. You're losing money, and now you're lowering your value. Bravo, man. This is, what's the book? The Art of War. This is the art of stupidity right here. This is the art of stupidity. Nothing good has come from this situation for Ben Simmons. Because now, if I'm the Philadelphia 76ers, to me, it's gravy. We're going to keep winning games. I'm going to keep finding you until I get 80% of my money back. Fantastic. I love it. And you're under contract for the next 2 years? Oh, let's do it. Because now we're winning games, and it looks like as if we don't need you. So for me, listen, I think their mastermind strategy is falling flat on its face. I think none of what they're doing makes sense, and this is just a proof of it. And I'm glad that the Philadelphia 76ers are winning without him, because Ben Simmons knows very well he doesn't have the heart to go play against to go face that Philadelphia crowd. He knows that. I was watching a video with JJ Redick and Kyle Korver on the JJ Redick podcast, and Kyle Korver was talking about that Philadelphia 76ers fan base. they're no joke. They know when people are mailing it in, but they were going to respect you. They know you're playing your heart out. He said, but if you're not winning, you don't even want to go outside, right? So to me, I think Ben Simmons is fully aware of this. And listen, he doesn't want to face the music, but who cares? Guess what? You're going to keep losing your money. Rich Paul is going to keep advising you to do stupidity, and you're going to keep lowering your trade value. Good for you, man. This is marvelous work. It's groundbreaking stuff here. I would have never thought about it. So what I want to know from you guys, what do you think about the situation? Do you think his strategy is working? What do you think about some of the things that I said? Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. Again, if you enjoy the video, be sure to make sure you go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell to be notified whenever we drop our content. Once again, it's just Charles here from Dreamerspro, wishing you guys an amazing day and catch you guys on the next episode. Peace.